And we're back. Thank you so much for all the hard work that you invested in your messy room writings. I look forward to reading those descriptions and the rich sensory detail you included, the fireball word choices, the awesome leads, the appositive. Very cool. So I will comment on them and score them based on the rubric and get those back to you as soon as I can. We are continuing today with organization. We know that writing needs to have a structure, strong lead, the body, the closing, but depending on what your purpose is as a writer, that will determine the structure that you use. For example, if you're telling a story about that time you stole second base in the big tournament, you're going to go in order of time, and that is called chronological, right? First, I'm getting cues from my baseline coach, and then I'm thinking it over in my head, the internal thought, all of that. You go first, second, third, and then finally, those will be your transition words. Second, order of importance. That's a big one. This is if you're coming out with a hard-hitting argument, like all of those arguments for MHSAA and toward the governor about why football needed to come back, right? Argument's effective. First, second, third, furthermore. Today we're going to be looking at an argument about uniforms. Should they be used in public schools or any schools or not? Or should we allow freedom of expression with our style for kids? So the writers are gonna have a claim, reason one, reason two, and use transition words like furthermore, additionally. Third, we have compare and contrast, how things are like, how things are different. We know that school this year is so different than last year. So how would you compare it? So you'll use things like in contrast or differing from. We know that we're having snacks, we're having recess, but we're all together as a crew with one teacher all day and having our lessons delivered digitally. So it's a huge shift, and it'd be interesting to compare and contrast and have a debate. You just submitted to me, like number 4, a spatial description, the appearance of something, top to bottom, side to side. So this is like telling your friend, I went to Halloween USA last night and I just got my new costume, and you described like the wig and the face paint you're going to use and then what you're going to wear on the top and the bottom down to your shoes. It's order of appearance. Cause and effect. You stayed up late gaming. This morning I could hardly do my proportions. I was so tired in math, and then I snapped at my friend, and he's mad at me now. So something happens, and then this is the fallout, either the positive effects or the drawbacks to something. And then lastly, problem solution. We've got this issue. What are we going to do to fix it? Right? So an issue and then the fixes. For a long time, kids weren't reading, and so what did I do about it? I got a classroom library going in my room, started doing Friday features, started promoting books, started doing a lot of book talk, started giving kids time to read. So that was my problem solution. So we're going to do a quick check with this work. We took notes on this yesterday. We did some practice. This is not graded. This is just and how am I doing? Just a self-assessment. So it's a Google form. I'll show you where it is, and then I'll let you go. You may talk to others while you do it. So you go to, I have a post. It's all of our organization stuff for the next few days is on this post. It's a Google form under organization. So when you open this, there's just 10 questions, and I give you the purpose that the writer would be writing for, and then what type of structure would this writer use. For example, how would an author who's blogging about or doing like movie reviews, Harry Potter the books versus the movies, what text structure would this writer use? Is it chronological time? Are they comparing and contrasting? Is it reasons, order of importance, or are they describing how something looks, the layout or description? This one is compare and contrast. So you just work through the Google form. It's just 10 questions. When you're done, I want you to view your results and see how you did out of 10. Okay? And it will give you all of the right answers. So I will pause. This is your warm up right now. And then we're going to get into our work with uniforms. Okay? And meet you back. Okay, so we've taken notes and we know a little bit about the different types of organizational structures. Let's look at two teen writers and how they're using these structures in their actual work. They're arguing for and against school uniforms. So we're going to be reading an article. It's on Google Classroom with a really cool magazine subscription we pay for called Scope. We'll use Scope quite a few times this year. And so we have a code for you to get in there, but it's simple. But just let's talk about uniforms for a second. I mean, some of you probably picked out what you were going to wear last night and you're excited about your outfit. So if we're arguing for or against something, this is going to be order of importance, reasons. And just wanted to share that this is my pause, sorry. This is my nephew. He goes to St. Mary's in Spring Lake and they have a dress code. They have school uniforms, more than just a dress code. So they have to wear navy or khaki on the bottom. On Fridays, he has to dress up a little bit more formally because they have a religious service, they have mass. And he always has to wear a white collared shirt, a button down. He can wear a navy blue vest or a v-neck sweater over that. And on Fridays, he has to wear the tie. So about all that he gets control of is his hair. So he goes a little bit crazy with that because that's like the one thing he can express. And I just happened to snap a picture of whatever my daughter had on the other day, going to Churchill Elementary at Mona Shores, a dress code, but not a uniform. We're pretty loose by a lot of standards. Save the Mermaids is what it says on her shirt. Like, I don't even know what that is, if that's even a thing, Save the Mermaids. And then some kind of crazy little pom-poms going on in her hair. Here's your friends at Muskegon Catholic Central. All of these girls have on a collared shirt. They have the school colors. They have the school logo. They have plaid skirts on, right? They're not wearing ripped up holy jeans. They have nylons on. And they also, some schools like even talk what type of jewelry you can wear. Like if it's just a locket or short little posts in your earrings. St. Mary's, it was just lip gloss was all that they allowed for makeup. So they were very strict about that. Our kids at Mona Shores were pretty freewheeling. I know we have a code, like the 3-finger rule, but you should be thankful. Looking at this today, we like our jeans a little bit more air conditioned, a little more holy than what these kids have. I see one collared shirt, but mostly kids are able to express their style, from brand names to sports teams that they like to just characters that they like, cartoon characters, whatever their style is. You get to represent that. And so we're going to go to Google Classroom, and I'll show you how to find our article and then the simple little organizer we're going to use today for our work. And then I'll pause and I'll let you find that. 2 articles are on Google Classroom. The one is called Name Brand Clothing, Is It Worth It? That's for tomorrow. That's the big one tomorrow. Today is Should Students Wear Uniforms? And so I'm going to have you click on this, and it'll take you over to Scope Magazine. You're going to just click on in the right, login, and we're going to log in as a student. I'll give you our code. So you click login. I'm a student, and it will ask you for a little code. And our code is Sailor Crew, SAILOR Crew. Okay? So our code is Sailor Crew. You will sign in, and then you're good to go in Scope. If the article doesn't load, the particular one on Should Students Wear Uniforms, because sometimes it doesn't go to the actual article, then no problem. What you would do over here under search is you would just put in uniforms, and Scope would pull up that article for us. Okay, so it's Should Students Wear Uniforms? Log in as a student, and our code again, Sailor Crew. Okay, so teachers, you can pause the video. Yep, and I did a search for it. It came up, and you're just going to go ahead and click on it. I'll meet you right back.